Everyone says you should turn off your Amazon ads at night because nobody buys at 3 a.m. That advice is costing sellers thousands of dollars. Dayparting done wrong doesn't save money, it resets Amazon's algorithm. It tanks your ad rank and makes every click more expensive when you turn ads back on. We've tested this across dozens of accounts, different categories, different price points, different traffic patterns. The results surprised us. I'm going to show you exactly how dayparting works on Amazon, when it actually makes sense, when it destroys campaigns, and how to set it up correctly if your account qualifies. Because here's what dayparting gurus don't tell you. Amazon ad system doesn't work like Google or Facebook, and that difference changed everything about whether scheduling helped or hurt. So on Google and Facebook, dayparting is standard practice. You look at when your audience is online, schedule ads for those hours, save money during dead periods. Is simple, effective, and proven. Sellers assume Amazon works the same way. It doesn't. Amazon's ad algorithm learns from continuous data. When you create gaps in that data by turning ads off, the algorithm has to relearn, and relearning costs money. Here's what happens under the hood. Amazon's system tracks performance signals constantly. So clicks, conversions, add to cart, browse patterns. It uses this data to decide which searches to show your ad for and what positions you deserve. When you pause ads for 8 hours every night, you're not saving money during those hours, you're creating a gap in the data stream. Amazon's algorithm sees inconsistent performance patterns, your relevance score fluctuates. When ads turn back on, you're essentially re-entering the auction at a disadvantage. This is why sellers who implement aggressive dayparting often see their CPCs increase by 15 to 30% during active hours. They save money overnight and pay more per click during the day. Net result, same spend or worse with added complexity. Google and Facebook work differently because they're interruption-based platforms. You're targeting people based on demographics and behavior, not purchase intent. Amazon is different. People are there to buy. The 3 a.m. shopper who adds to cart might convert at 7 a.m. If your ad wasn't there at 3 a.m., you lost that customer entirely. So before you implement any dayparting strategy, understand this. Amazon rewards consistency. Gaps in your advertising create gaps in your data, and gaps in your data make optimization harder, not easier. That doesn't mean dayparting never works. It just means it only works in specific situations. And let me show you which ones. So a lot of dayparting advice out there is generic. So turn off ads at night, boost bids on weekend. That's not strategy, that's just guessing. Dayparting only makes sense when your data shows clear, consistent patterns that justify the algorithm's disruption. There are 3 situations where dayparting delivers positive ROI. High ticket products with research cycles, categories of extreme time-based behavior, and budget constraints, accounts running out of money before peak hours. So let's look at situation 1, high ticket products. If you're selling something over $100, so whether it's furniture, electronics, fitness, equipment, buyers don't impulse purchase. They research at night, they compare options, they sleep on it, and buy during the day. Your 2 a.m. clicks are researchers. Your 10 a.m. clicks are buyers. The data usually shows this clearly. Pull your hourly report and you'll see click-through rate might be similar across hours, but conversion rates craters after midnight and spikes mid-morning. That's a dayparting candidate. So let's look at situation 2, extreme category patterns. So office supplies sell on weekday mornings, businesses ordering for the week. Kids products spike on weekends, afternoon parents shopping while kids nap. Fitness equipment peaks on Sunday evenings, the I'll start Monday crowd. If your category has a 3x or greater conversion difference between best and worst hours, dayparting makes sense. If it's a 1.5x difference, the algorithm disruption probably costs more than you save. So let's look at situation 3, budget constraints. This is the most common valid use case. You have $100 a day budget. By 2 p.m. you're out of budget. Your ad stops showing during the 6 to 10 p.m. peak when conversions are the highest. Dayparting here isn't about saving money, it's about reallocating it. Throttle morning spend so you have budget left for evening peak. You're not pausing ads, you're pacing them. Look at your data before deciding. Pull 30 days of hourly performance. Calculate conversion rate by hour. If you don't see at least a 2x difference between your best and your worst periods, dayparting probably isn't for you. The algorithm disruption will cost you more than the saving. For every seller who saves money with dayparting, there are 5 who hurt their campaigns. The difference is understanding when not to use it. Never daypart new product launches, low data campaigns, or categories without clear time patterns. The algorithm needs consistent data to optimize, and you need the volume to identify real patterns versus noise. So mistake 1, dayparting new launches. Your first 30 to 60 days on Amazon, the algorithm is learning everything about your product, which searches convert, which audience engage, what price sensitivity looks like. When you day part during launch, you're giving the algorithm fragmented data. It can't learn properly. Your organic rank suffers because sales velocity is inconsistent. Your ad efficiency suffers because the system never stabilizes. So mistake 2, low data decisions. You have 14 days of data. Tuesday night looks bad. You turn off Tuesday night ads, but 14 days means you only have 2 Tuesdays in your data set. That's not a pattern. That's just noise. You need minimum 30, ideally 60 days before hourly patterns are statistically meaningful. And even then, test for 2 to 4 weeks before making it permanent. One seller turned off weekend ads based on 2 bad weekends, missed third weekend, which was a major shopping event, never recovered from that revenue. Now, mistake 3, small differences. Your conversion rate is 11% during peak hours and 8% during off hours. That feels significant. It's not. A 3-point difference doesn't justify algorithm disruptions. You're adding complexity for marginal gains that probably disappear once you account for increased CPCs during active hours. Look for 2x differences minimum, ideally 3x. If your peaks aren't dramatically better than your valleys, continuous advertising outperforms scheduled advertising. Before implementing dayparting, ask, is the product past launch phase? Do I have 30 plus days of data? Is the conversion difference at least 2x between best and worst hours? If the answer is no, don't daypart. Let the algorithm run continuously and optimize through bids and negatives instead. Here's where Amazon makes things complicated. Unlike Google, there's no simple run ads at 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. toggle. Amazon's native dayparting is limited and most sellers don't even know it exists. You have 2 options: Amazon's native budget rules for basic scheduling or third-party tools for advanced control. I'll show you both. So the native option, Amazon's rule-based scheduling. Inside Campaign Manager, go to your campaign settings and look for budget rules or schedule rules. This lets you increase budgets or bids during specific time windows. Here's what you can do natively. Set a rule like increase budget by 50% on Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. or increase bids by 30% on weekends. The system applies this automatically. So here's what you can't do natively. You can't decrease bids below your base bid. You can't fully pause campaigns on a schedule. You can only boost, not throttle. So if you want to reduce overnight spend, your only native option is setting a low base budget and boosting during peaks. The workaround, set your daily budget at 60% of what you normally spend, then increase the rules to boost 50 to 100% during peak hours. Net result is similar total spend, but a concentration in high conversion windows. So for advanced control, you need third-party tools. Pacvue and Intentwise are the main players. These connect via Amazon's API and give you full scheduling control. So pause campaigns, decrease bids, adjust by hour and day, and automate based on real-time performance. Pacvue is enterprise level. You can set rules like if conversion rate drops below 8% between midnight and 6 a.m., pause campaigns automatically. Resume when conversion rate exceeds 10%. It integrates with Amazon's Marketing Cloud for hourly share of voice, ties to inventory levels, and handles bulk changes across thousands of campaigns. Intentwise offers similar functionality with stronger analytics. You get predictable forecasting, competitor tracking, and diagnostic alerts when dayparting might be hurting performance. The trade-off is cost. Native rules are free but limited. So Pacvue runs $1K plus monthly for enterprise level accounts. Intentwise starts at $500. Only makes sense if you're spending enough that 15 to 20% efficiency gains cover the tool costs. For most sellers, start with native budget rules. Set conservative base budgets. Boost during proven peak hours and monitor for 30 days. If you're spending $20K plus monthly and have clear time-based patterns, third-party tools pay for themselves in efficiency gains. Under that threshold, native rules plus manual monitoring usually suffice. So most sellers implement dayparting based on assumptions. People don't shop at night. Weekends are better. Mornings are slow. Assumptions are expensive. Data is cheap. Before touching any scheduling settings, pull your hourly performance data and let the numbers tell you when to boost and when to throttle. So step 1, download your sponsored report with hourly breakdown. Amazon gives you up to 60 days of hourly data. Pull the full range. You need volume to separate signals from noise. So step 2, build a pivot table. Rows are hours, Columns are your key metrics: impressions, clicks, spend, sales, conversion rate, ACoS. This gives you a heat map of your account's time-based performance. Step 3, identify your green zones and red zones. Green zones are hours where conversion rates exceed your average by 30% or more, and ACoS is below your target. These are boost candidates. Red zones are hours where conversion rate is 30% below average, and ACoS exceeds the target by 2x or more. These are your throttle candidates. Step 4, look for consistency. Is Tuesday 8 p.m. always green, or is green one week and red the next? You want patterns that repeat across at least 4 weeks before acting on them. Single week anomalies aren't patterns, they're just noise. And then step 5, you want to calculate the opportunities. Take your red zone spend over 30 days. That's your maximum savings from throttling. Now estimate CPC increases from algorithm disruptions, typically 15 to 30%. If your saving exceeds increased costs, Dayparting has positive ROI. If not, skip it. Here's what this looks like in practice. One account we analyzed had clear patterns. Conversion rate was 14% from 6 to 10 p.m., but only 6% from 1 to 5 a.m. ACoS flipped accordingly, 22% during the peak, 58% overnight. Red zone spend was $1,200 monthly. We implemented throttling during the red zones, saved $900 monthly in overspend waste. CPCs increased 12% during active hours, costing an additional $340. Net saving $560 monthly, so that was worth it. Different account, different story. Conversion rate varied from 11% peak to 9% off peak. Not enough difference. We tested Dayparting anyway. CPCs increased 25%. Overnight savings were minimal. Net result, $200 a month loss. Rolled it back. The spreadsheet doesn't lie. If your data shows dramatic time-based differences, Dayparting will work. If differences are modest, continuous advertising is better. Don't guess, calculate. Dayparting in 2025 was mostly manual. Download report, build spreadsheet, set rules, monitor. Dayparting in 2026 is becoming predictive and automated. 2 developments changed the game. Amazon's marketing stream for real-time hourly data and AI-driven tools that predict optimal scheduling before patterns fully emerge. Amazon Marketing Stream now provides near real-time hourly performance data via API. Instead of downloading reports and analyzing yesterday's data, tools can see what's happening right now and adjust within the same hour. This enables reactive Dayparting. Conversion rate dropping this afternoon, the system throttles automatically. Unexpected spike at 9 p.m., bids increase in real time. You're not scheduling based on historical patterns, you're responding to live performance. The AI layer takes it further. Tools like Pacvue now forecast hourly performance based on historical patterns, weather, competitive activity, and even social media trends. If a product goes viral on TikTok at 2 p.m., the system can boost bids before the traffic hits Amazon. For Prime Day and major events, this matters enormously. Hourly share of voice tracking lets you see when competitors pull back and automatically fill the gap. One brand used this to capture 15% more impressions during Prime Day by bidding up in hours when competitors hit budget caps. The other 2026 development, inventory integration. Advanced Dayparting now ties to stock levels. If inventory drops below 45 days of coverage, the system automatically throttles ads to preserve stock and avoid FBA fees. When inventory recovers, ads scale back. Scheduling becomes dynamic based on operational constraints, not just conversion patterns. If you're spending enough to justify enterprise tools, the 2026 capabilities are significant. Real-time adjustments outperform scheduled rules, but for most sellers, the fundamentals haven't changed. Analyze your data, identify real patterns, test before committing, and monitor continuously. The tools are better, but the principles are the same. Now, after everything I've shown you, here's the honest truth. Most Amazon sellers shouldn't daypart. The accounts where it works with specific characteristics, everyone else is just adding complexity for minimal gain. Use this framework. If you check all 4 boxes, dayparting is worth testing. If you miss any, focus on other optimizations first. So box 1, you have 30 plus days of data with statistically significant hourly volume. If you're getting 10 clicks per day total, you don't have enough data to identify hourly patterns. You need hundreds of clicks per week minimum. Box 2, your conversion rate varies by at least 2x between best and worst hours. An 8% to 16% swings is meaningful. An 8% to 11% swing isn't worth the algorithm's disruption. So box 3, your product is past the launch phase with stable organic rank. Dayparting during launch fragments your velocity data and can permanently hurt organic positions. And box 4, you're either budget constrained during peak hours or willing to invest in monitoring. Dayparting requires ongoing attention. Set and forecast doesn't work, so patterns shift seasonally, competitively, and algorithmically. If you do check all 4 boxes, start conservative. Throttle your worst 4 to 6 hours, boost only for your best 2 to 4 hours, run for 30 days, compare total performance against your baseline. If results are positive, expand gradually. If results are neutral or negative, roll back and focus on negatives, bids, and creative optimization instead. Those levers are most reliable for most accounts. Dayparting in the right hands on the right patient is powerful. Used carelessly, it causes more damage than the problem it's trying to solve. Know which situation you are in before you cut. So here's what it comes down to. Dayparting is one of those strategies that sounds smarter than it usually is. The seller who benefits from it have clear data showing dramatic time-based patterns, and they implement it carefully with continuous monitoring. The sellers who hurt their campaigns assume nighttime is wasted spend, turn off ads without data, and wonder why their CPC spike and their organic rank drop. Amazon rewards consistency. Every gap in your advertising creates a gap in your data, and the gap in your data makes optimization harder. So before you schedule anything, ask the question, does my data justify disruption by the algorithm? If yes, test carefully. If no, test your ads and run optimization through bids and negatives instead. The best Amazon advertisers don't chase complexity, they chase clarity. Sometimes the smartest scheduling decisions is no scheduling at all. Now you've just learned how to stop wasting money on bad scheduling, but there's a bigger problem hiding in your account. Imagine spending $4,000 on DSP, seeing 12 sales in Seller Central, and deciding to kill the campaign. Sounds reasonable, right? Except those failing campaigns were actually driving 40% of total conversions. The sales were there, Amazon's default reporting just couldn't show them. One brand we audited was hours away from pausing the campaign that was carrying the entire funnel. I did a full breakdown on why Amazon's last click attribution makes DSP look like a money pit, how Amazon Marketing Cloud reveals what's actually happening, and the exact 60-day framework we use to prove DSP's real impact. If you just learned how to read your hourly data properly, that video shows you how to read your attribution properly, because optimizing when your ads run doesn't matter if you're killing the campaigns that were actually working. So you'll find the link up above, and I'll see you there.